We've all been there, right? You've got this grand cinematic vision. You painstakingly type it into your AI video generator, and the model gives you a beautifully rendered protagonist. You're thrilled. But then, tragedy strikes. Halfway through the shot, your main character morphs into a completely different person, or, suddenly turns into another species entirely. And just as the action is getting really good, the clip abruptly cuts off. It is incredibly frustrating when your creative vision is limited to tiny snippets of time and unpredictable, shape-shifting actors. But today, that all changes. Welcome to our latest explainer. Look, if you're completely tired of morphing AI characters and you are just sick of being stuck at a hard 8-second video limit, you are absolutely in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to provide the exact, step-by-step filmmaker's playbook to overcome these two major pain points. We are going to show you exactly how to take back control of your narrative.
So here's the mental map for today's explainer. First up, meeting Google VEO 3.1. Second, breaking that 8-second barrier. Third, mastering character consistency. Fourth, advanced prompting using JSON. And finally, a quick look under the hood.
Okay, Section 1, Meet Google VEO 3.1. Let's just dive right in and see exactly what we're working with here.
Google VEO 3.1 isn't just some minor update. It's honestly a massive leap forward for creators who want true narrative control. We now have Ingredients to Video, which lets you upload up to 3 reference images to strictly guide the generation process. We've got Scene Extension, which connects your clips seamlessly. There's a brand new first and last frame feature to create really smooth transitions that bridge 2 completely different images. And crucially, there's richer native audio integration. This means your generated video doesn't just move, it actually speaks and breathes with synchronized sound effects and natural conversations. It's a real game changer. Moving right along to Section 2, breaking the 8-second barrier. Now that we know what the engine can do, let's solve that first major roadblock filmmakers face, that notoriously restrictive 8-second hard cap on AI video generation.
Let's see how this actually builds a continuous micronarrative. The workflow inside Google Flow is beautifully simple once you grasp the underlying logic. Step 1. You generate an initial 8-second base clip using text to video, making sure your aspect ratio is locked in. Usually you'll want 16:9. Step 2. You just add that clip into Google Flow's Scene Builder. Step 3. You click the little plus icon right next to your clip and select Extend. And finally, Step 4. Type in a new prompt describing what should happen next. Instead of generating a random new clip, the VEO model takes the exact motion, framing, and environment from the final second of your previous clip and seamlessly builds a brand new continuation.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of what is now possible: 148 seconds. According to the WaveSpeed AI API documentation, every single time you hit that Extend button, you add an additional 7 seconds of footage, and you can chain up to 20 of these extensions together sequentially. That gives you a massive, single-merged video of 148 seconds. No more choppy edits, no more disjointed storylines. You are literally directing a continuous cinematic sequence. All right, Section 3, Mastering Character Consistency. With our timeline finally expanded, we've got to tackle the second massive hurdle for filmmakers. Because let's be honest, it doesn't matter if your video is 2 minutes long if the AI decides to generate a brand new human in every single scene. We can basically break character consistency down into 3 digestible tiers of difficulty. The general rule of thumb is this: the less spatial variation the AI has to interpret, the better your consistency is going to be. The easy tier relies on a covered face. I mean, if your character is a beekeeper or a stormtrooper, the AI really can't mess up their eyes or nose, right? The medium tier is using a well-documented historical figure, like Abraham Lincoln. The AI has been trained on thousands of images of him, so it knows exactly what he looks like. But the hard, or pro tier, is where true filmmaking happens. That's creating and maintaining a completely custom avatar across multiple, completely different scenes. Now, if you want to conquer that hard tier, you absolutely must follow these empowering, hard and fast wardrobe rules to keep your custom characters locked in. First, absolutely no complex patterns. Plaids and florals, they are the death of AI consistency. Stick to solid colors, with all black or all white outfits being the most stable. Next up, avoid jewelry and tattoos completely. They're basically just variables waiting to cause a glitch. And lastly, you must use highly specific hair descriptors. Don't just prompt blonde hair. You need to say platinum blonde chin-length bob or black shoulder-length straight hair. You've got to remove all the ambiguity. Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, Advanced Prompting with JSON. So how do we feed all the specific data into the machine?
We pivot to the absolute most advanced technique for character creation, using code-like structures to guide the AI.
See, human language is inherently messy. When you use plain text prompts, the AI often gets confused by all those adjectives, which leads to ambiguous, random, off-brand shots. But JSON, which stands for JavaScript Object Notation, is entirely different. JSON provides a precise, structured blueprint. By categorizing your character's traits into strict data fields, creators are finding they can reduce output randomness by up to 70%. That is huge.
So here is the pro-level workflow to actually pull this off. Step 1. Generate your ideal character image using whatever image tool you like. Step 2. Take that image over to ChatGPT and prompt the AI to act as a forensic facial examiner and medical esthetician. Ask it to extract extreme facial details. We're talking lip size, nose shape, exact skin tone, bone structure, the whole shebang. Step 3. Ask ChatGPT to format all of those forensic details perfectly into a JSON code block. And finally, Step 4. Copy that JSON code and paste it right into your VEO prompt right alongside your camera and action directions. You're essentially handing VEO a mathematical blueprint of a human face.
And here is the absolutely crucial point to remember. Repetition trains the model. Once you have that perfect JSON block, you must copy and paste that exact string of text into every single scene's prompt. Do not change a single comma. Maintaining this exact, rigid data structure across all your clips is the ultimate secret to eliminating unwanted variations and keeping your actor looking perfectly identical from the very first frame to the last.
Finally, Section 5, the model under the hood. Let's shift gears for our final section and quickly review the technical backing of the VEO 3 family of models that makes all of this magic possible.
Under the hood, VEO 3 relies heavily on latent diffusion, which is what allows it to process highly complex spatiotemporal video data. But the real muscle? That comes from Google's Tensor Processing Units, or TPUs. Because these models require an incredible amount of computational power, TPUs allow the system to handle these massive computations sustainably, efficiently, and at blazing fast speeds.
It's also really important we look at the data straight from Google's official model card. The model is rigorously evaluated against top industry benchmarks like MovieGenBench and VBench to ensure top-tier quality. By leveraging that advanced latent diffusion framework we talked about, it consistently delivers high-fidelity 1080p generation, basically ensuring that the outputs meet the incredibly demanding standards of professional filmmakers.
So, if you're ready to jump in, you have a couple of options. Creators can access these tools natively through Google Flow if you have a Pro subscription. But for developers or for anyone wanting to build out automated workflows, VEO 3.1 is available via inference APIs, like WaveSpeed AI, which currently runs about $2.80 per 7-second extension run. Well, you now possess the exact playbook. You know how to shatter that 8-second barrier, and you know exactly how to lock your custom characters into place using structured JSON data. The technical limitations have basically been removed, leaving you completely empowered to just create. So, the only question remaining is, what cinematic universe are you going to build next? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Get out there and start creating, and I will see you next time.